Dun, dun, dun. What's going on, guys? It's your boy Chris with Palmer Aquatics. In today's video, we're going to be talking about how to take care of the redtail catfish. I will repeat, redtail catfish care. So things are going to be getting a little crazy here. This is a serious fish to keep. It's no joke. I've done multiple videos on them. This is my buddy Dusty. This is his old pond. I think it was like 600 gallons. He later gave this pond to me, and he's literally the reason what got me hooked in keeping redtail catfish. So what I did is he gave me the pond. I brought it home. I set it up in my basement because the first thing you need to know about redtail catfish is they need large homes. They need to live in a super large aquarium. We're talking, these things can grow over 3 feet long, and I would say anything 300 gallons and above. Like that's just a start. Honestly, 500 gallons because within a year or a year and a half, my red tail was like, I mean, they grow huge when fed properly. So, first of all, if you're thinking of keeping the red tail catfish in an aquarium, this is a no go. And I would highly advise that you get yourself a pond or just like something. A lot of times, if we visit my YouTube channel, all we have to do here, I want to show you guys my pond that I set up. If you guys haven't seen my pond yet, it's the one in my basement. It is 450 gallons, and what I did was I built a pond. This is probably the best idea you could do if you're trying to do this like on a budget. So what I want to do is type in Palmer Aquatics pond, and a lot of times here is the pond that I built. um, let's rewind this video a little bit. So as you know, this Intex pond, it leaked on me a bunch. So what I did was I built this pond out of 2x4s. And what I did was it was 4x8 feet long. So it was essentially the size of a sheet of plywood. And I built the pond for the redtail catfish. I highly advise you do this because red tails can grow massive, and it's the best option to do. A catfish that grows 3 to 4 feet, you're gonna need a big enclosure. And an aquarium, unless you like got a load of money into an acrylic aquarium, it's somewhat hard to buy a tank this big. And again, this was a super fun build. So some of the general care facts on redtail catfish, like I said, they grow super fast. It's a South American catfish, so it needs heated water. So not only do you need a massive body of water or an aquarium, you also need to figure out how to heat that water. And what I did was I used two 800-watt heaters that Higer has, and I think they're like $100 a piece. So it was 1600 watts in this 450-gallon pond. And this was the best option for me because I'm not made of money. And this is like the ultimate budget build. This is kind of like a bucket list build too, because like it's so easy that anybody can do this. And I think I had like $70 in lumber. And I think this was like in the middle of when lumber prices were super expensive. So you can get a lot cheaper now. And I just used 1/2 inch OSB plywood. I would maybe advise using a little thicker. So get yourself a giant enclosure, and then maybe it's a pond. You can see there's the pond leaking. It's crazy, right? It's not crazy and it's not cool. This Intex pond leaked on me twice. And here is the new build, and I got a super thick pond liner. This worked great for the redtail catfish. So you need to get yourself a large aquarium, a large heater, and then obviously you're going to need massive amounts of filtration because a lot of times people do like bucket filter builds, and that works usually the best, or like a DIY sump, a canister. It really doesn't matter. The name of the game when keeping monster fish like this is you need a big tank, you need a big filter, a big heater, and you need to get big pieces of food essentially. And when it comes to feeding the red tail catfish, they're like literally a garbage disposal. You can feed them. I fed them chicken, steak, but that's not what you need to be feeding them. What I mainly fed them was protein rich raw shrimp and raw tilapia. That seemed to be like the go-to. Sometimes cat food as a treat because it's heavy in protein. Just hot dogs. They love hot dogs. As this is as treats too, guys. And I also did some carnivore pellets. Although, like once your red tail gets to like 4 feet long, it's tough to find carnivore pellets that are going to be like good for the red tail. Because what happens is the pellets are too small, and the fish is huge. And oh my god, look at my old basement. It's crazy. Those stairs are all painted now, and it's funny. So yeah, guys, this was my DIY build, and it worked amazing. I wonder if how much more video is here. But yeah, I'll show you guys if we fast forward here a little bit. Here it is a little bit later. This is just kind of a cool build. See, here it is like a month later, and it's a little more established. Let's see here. What quality is this? Let's get it on 1080. Yeah, see how cool this looks? And again, as time went on, I made it look nicer. Let's see if I can um let's see if I can catch another video of this. Yeah, here it is a little later. Let's see here. This is when I started filling it with like Oscar fish and um let's see if we can get a good view of this redtail. Palmer Aquatics, Redtail Catfish. Sorry, I'm kind of going on a limb here, or a tangent, I should say. I get really excited about this. Here's a video of me feeding it. Blah 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 blah. Let's feed the redtail. Yeah, these things are massive. Let's see. I got to turn it to 1080. Yeah, this is when he was just a little pup. Look at this guy. See me feeding him tilapia? That's what I would commonly feed the fish. It was just raw tilapia from the grocery store, silver sides, raw shrimp. But yeah, and as they grow larger, like any other monster fish, you're just gonna have to be doing a lot more water changes. You're gonna have to keep up with just like having pristine water and just keep up with feeding them. And it's not hard at all. Just keep up with your water changes, check your nitrates. I tried to actually get some plants growing. I had a bunch of pothos growing in this, and then I later built a sump. But yeah, this is just a little pup, by the end of it, the thing's literally, I swear to God, over 3 feet long now. Oh, there's the sump right there. That's the start of the sump. See it up there? But yeah, I highly advise just building yourself a custom sump for these guys because it's almost needed because you get so much more filtration out of a custom sump than you do like a filter that you buy. One more thing I want to talk about. This is a huge deal. Nobody's really talking about this, but redtail catfish, I found that they adore hiding places. And a lot of people say that, oh, if you give them hiding places, they're not going to come out ever. But that's not the case. You can see mine coming out. I'm a true believer that redtail catfish, they're nocturnal. We forgot to mention that. So they're trying to hide during the day. So, and they mainly come out at nighttime. So I think it's very important that you give them adequate hiding places. This was an old stream that me and Dusty did, I think. I can't remember this. What the heck was it? And then there was tank mates. Is this where I talk about? Yeah, I mean, I have a ton of videos on taking care of the redtail catfish. Guys, hit me up in the comment section if you're thinking about keeping red tails. This is a pretty good basic care guide. We covered just the pure basics, and this is a serious thing. So just don't go get one and put in a 55-gallon aquarium. Let's talk about this. Do your due diligence and research. I guess on to the next video, guys, and please subscribe to the channel. Thank you.